You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, I wanted to talk about this. The Raiders got obliterated last night by the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys look like the greatest show on turf against the Raiders defense, but that really wasn't the entire story. Now, should be noted, Dallas's defense looked a hell of a lot better last night. It did. I mean, I'm not going to kid you there, but here's the problem. How the hell do you know how good the Dallas defense has improved? And look, they got some guys. Over the last couple of weeks, we were talking about Logan Wilson. Quinn Williams showed up big last night, who had an effect on everybody else on that line, including Kenny Clark, who got home too. You got Deron Bland back. You got Overshown back. That Dallas defense now has some horses. But the problem is that Raiders offense and offensive line is so freaking terrible that you really don't know how much better the Dallas defense is yet till you play somebody else. 33-16. Geno, 27 of 42, 238. 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 4 sacks, 29 yards lost. Had a under 20 QBR, 77 rating. I want to come down to this. 8 rushes from actual running backs. I got to tell you, this, and I've said this before, I've made a few videos on it, this Chip Kelly thing is a disaster. It's a disaster. And, you know, Pete Carroll, Kenneth Walker, Marshawn Lynch, and when he was at USC, Reggie Bush and Lindell White, and then play action passing. Pete wants to run the ball. Chip Kelly won't run the ball. You drafted a running back, number 6 overall. One could question doing that, period. In this day and time, one could question that draft pick alone, especially when you consider, let's just come over here. This is the 2025 draft. With the 7th pick, the Jets selected tackle Armand Membu. He played at Missouri. This is PFF grades for tackles. Colton Miller is a tackle and a great one for the Raiders. He's out. He's out. I mean, he's not able to play. Right there, you see how many weeks he was in there. And then you scroll down, their next rated tackle is these two guys right here back to back. DJ Glaze, no, ain't nobody glazing. Stone Forsythe, might as well be foreskin. That sounds like a porno guy's name. Stone Forsythe. Okay. All right. Armand Membu, by the way, is the 21st best tackle in the league. He's in the top 21 tackles in all of the National Football League. Graded out. He's been the one thing. I mean, they don't have anybody that can throw the ball, but you see these grades. He's 14th in the league in run blocking. He's 29th in pass blocking. Overall, he's 21. And it's a disaster. It really is a disaster. You see this right here. Raiders offense not making strides under Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly. Who decided to make this draft, to not only make that draft pick, but hire Chip Kelly? I don't get it. Well, what's my level of concern that we're not scoring enough points? Pete Carroll said. That's about as obvious as you can get. There are a lot of factors here. And here, I understand, again, that the offensive line, you got Jackson Powers-Johnson. He was out. The right guard. He's on injured reserve. All right. But you drafted a guy number 6 overall as your running back, and he carried the ball 6 times for 7 yards. All right. Now, I've done multiple videos. This is probably like my 5th or 6th video on Chip Kelly. And, guys breaking down film out there talking about he's running the same plays over and over again. His offense is too simple. And he's running a college offense on an NFL field. And all the defensive coordinators and the defensive minds across the league know it. And, I think he's the highest paid offensive coordinator in the league. $6 million a year. Now, you're not paying for Josh McDaniels all the way anymore because whatever the offset value is that you're paying him versus what New England's paying, okay. But Antonio Pierce is still on the books. Are you going to fire Pete Carroll and eat that salary too? Do you want to fire an offensive coordinator? You're giving six large. Again, you got a former offensive coordinator on the staff in Greg Olson, who's going to run more of that old Seattle offense, which by the way, is a lot of what Brian Schottenheimer does. There's some same principle. In fact, I think he was on Pete Carroll's staff for a while as a quarterback's coach, yada, yada, yada. I think they're headed straight. I think if Pete Carroll did hire Chip Kelly, then I think they both could potentially be fired at the end of the year. Do I think there's a world where Tom Brady and John Spytek are like, look, Pete, you're going to have to fire Chip Kelly or you're going to be gone. I could see that. But it's not working. And Geno Smith come out and he made comments. He said, blame it on me. Yeah, look, I'll continue to say, I don't believe Geno Smith just forgot how to play quarterback again and reverted to 5 years. Actually, reverted to 7 years ago. You had him throw 42 damn times with Jeanty and Raheem Mostert on the roster. And they got 8 rushes combined. And I understand that looks like a nasty front to try to run against. You got to try it because Dallas has stunk it up against the run. By the way, Dallas was getting home last night. So I can't wait to see them play a better team with a better offensive line, but Dallas could potentially be quite a bit better on defense. They got a lot of talent back in the last 2 weeks and then added. Tell me what you think. Chip Kelly. I knew it. When he got hired, I was screaming, this is a disaster. I cannot believe they decided to hire Chip Kelly, of all people, back into the NFL. Has people not learned their lesson? I guess not. He's going to cost people jobs. Probably. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.